I love an engine story. How they're developed, how they're then modified for different applications, and then the plethora of cars that they end up in. For example, the V10 from this ended up in this, and then ended up in the back of this. And remarkably, the engine from this was turned into the engine for this, and was also turned into the engine for this. I've done a video on that story already, so check it out up there if you fancy it. But what about an engine that's closer to my heart, the Ford Duratec V6? Well, it started life in the Ford Mondeo and then ended up in this. Yup, that's right, the engine in this track weapon originated from the same block in my ST200.
So what is this then? Well, it looks like a Radical, but it is actually a Jaguar. This is a Palmer Jaguar JP1, a track car created by British motorsport legend Jonathan Palmer. The whole design screams downforce with that aggressive front splitter, those aerodynamic channels either side of the wheels that lead to that honking great rear wing. Really, it's a miniature Le Mans prototype, but what we're interested in today is what lies at the end of this air intake.
It does look very different, but there are some similarities to what's in my Mondeo, so let me take you through the family tree. We started off with the 2.5 litre Ford Duratec V6, which Ford commissioned Porsche to develop, and they put it in the Mondeo. Then they beefed up the engine to 3 litres for the ST220, and then Jag adopted that engine for the Jaguar S-Type, where it gained variable valve timing. Then Cosworth got their hands on it, and this was the result, a 3 litre naturally aspirated V6 that creates 277 brake horsepower. That may not seem that much, but the JP1 weighs in at just 695 kilograms, so this thing gets to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. Before we start it up though,
if you're watching this video soon after we publish it, it's Father's Day soon. And if you haven't got your old man something yet, the sponsors of today's video, Manscaped, have got you covered. You will all know the Lawnmower 3.0, but how about their new trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0? This new trimmer has ceramic blades with skin-safe technology. They help reduce nicks and cuts and can be easily replaced so your dad can groom with confidence. The updated trimmer now has wireless charging, giving up to 90 minutes of trimming on a full charge. When you buy a performance package kit, you will also get ball toner and ball deodorant along with your Lawnmower 4.0, and for a limited time only, you'll also get this very cool wash bag along with this pair of boxers. So never mind a rubbish car mug or a spy novel, treat your dad to this lot and get a 20% discount while you're at it by clicking the link in the description below and using the code TRIBE20. And if you're watching this way past the published date, well, I'm sure your dad will want one of these anyway.
What does a Duratec V6 sound like in something half the weight of my Mondeo? The answer is epic! Oh, what an engine! And this thing is so much grip! Wow! It is mega through there! Absolutely mega! I can definitely believe that 0 to 60 time, and I can definitely believe that this thing will do nearly 180. A bit better than the Mondeo's 144. On the brakes, I'm getting nowhere near what this thing can do in terms of braking. The really interesting thing is, despite that work from Cosworth, you can hear a little bit of Mondeo. It is definitely still there. Right there. 10,000 RPM, that SD200 comes through. And my voice is going because of just how loud that thing is back there. I must admit, the pedal box is not the most comfortable, which is why my foot sometimes jumps on the throttle. And the throttle is so sensitive, maybe to do with the individual throttle bodies on the engine. I didn't actually expect it to rev higher. That's pretty much it there. I've not got an RPM reading, but I guess it's not much above 8,000. But this thing is definitely a mini Le Mans car. Proper little sports prototype. This engine did actually race in Le Mans. Another bit of the engine story. Aston Martin. They had this engine in the DB9 and therefore a version of it in the DBR9, which they won in, and then in their LMP1 car, which was stunning. Through here, the downforce works like nothing else I've ever driven. The confidence through these low speed corners, unbelievable. This is the one that'll get you. It's so stiffly sprung and creates so much downforce that some of the curbs here batter you about. Proper physical driving experience. This Hewland box is just so quick. You can just flash through the change. It is actually like a motorbike gearbox. You can't just lift off. But I prefer to use the clutch. We have to get one of these gearboxes in a Mondeo. I don't care how much it costs. Change down one, change down two, chuck it in, bang off that curve. God, you get battered through there. Jonathan Palmer, Cosworth, thank you for showing what my Mondeo V6 can really do. Especially when you smack the rev limiter. What a thing!
It has been incredible seeing just how much potential you can get out of an engine when it's given to engineers with a completely different remit. This engine was originally put in Ford's sporty version of their fairly mundane saloon, and then the guys and girls at Cosworth have taken it into the world of motorsport. This engine story is an absolute cracker, and it's ruined my voice.